Hello, fellow investors. All right, with regards to the video, bit of a change up, bit of B-roll there, straight into what you're seeing concerning the investments. Okay, some changes. I have had one change to one of my investments by trading 212 with regards to an ETF transferred for another. I'll go into that later. I've also got rid of United Utilities due to a dividend cut, small profit made. Okay, looking at what we're seeing there with regards to the investments, largely the same since last time. As I say, with regards to that, there's only been fractional changes with regards to pound cost averaging, which I've been doing and putting in very small amounts of money. However, let's have a look at what we're seeing there. As you can see, my biggest investment is Global X or SDEP, Global X Super Dividend. There are two. SDIV and SDIP. I prefer to invest in SDIP, which is UK based. Another good one there you can see is HSBC. Very pleased with the performance of that. I intend to add more to that in the future. A couple of other ETFs, the iShares ones, they're not too bad, but again, nothing to get too excited about. With regards to what we're seeing here, North American tankers. Now, quite happy with that. However, it does appear to be, how can we say, volatile insofar as they operate Suezmax tankers. And again, they're in currently anywhere in the Middle East is a little bit of a hot spot at the moment, so that price could go down at any particular point. However, nice to see it in the green, as I say, and I will just hold it there for the time being to see what's happening. Um, their figures are not terrible, but again, not the best in the world. But again, I thought that was a nice addition to the portfolio. Now, going back to the rest of them, you can see the usual, how can we say, stocks and shares there, specifically with regards to the Oxford series. They pay quite nicely, monthly dividend payers. And again, you can see there's not a great amount invested in them, but enough for my purposes. Now, going forward with regards to the others in the series, we'll see there that one is PIMCO. That's a particular stock that I may increase my holding into. It's a monthly payer, and again, um, that seems to be less volatile than some others. The yield is not wonderful, but again, it's a safe bet. Going down to the Vanguard series, very, very annoyed with regards to the performance of those. However, I'll hold them for the foreseeable future. Right, okay, once that's out of the way, we'll go into the percentage series. As you can see there, Global X Super Dividend SDIP highest holding. You can see the rest there with regards to how can we say how it's panned out with regards to this. There are quite a few sensible stocks in inverted commas, with some that are how can we say chancy investments. However, um, as I say, they for me work. I receive dividends on virtually every single one of them, unless there has been a cut. Yep, one or two there have been cut recently. But as I say, in respect to this, I'm happy with what I've got for the time being. They yield around between 40 and £50 per calendar month, and I consider that to be reasonable given the amount that I have invested. Right, going over to the dividends. Now, since June of this year, that is my total. You can see that's not too bad. However, as I say, I'm hopeful that will breach the £200 mark at some point at the beginning of next month. And as you can see, there is many and varied amounts that you see in there. I'm quite happy with regards to the returns I'm getting, given my investment, as I said earlier. And I believe that's not too bad. As I say, when there is a slack day, because I do get my dividend payments in quite often on a daily basis. But when that doesn't happen, I have a little side hustle, which is nothing really to get too excited about. But again, I do online surveys. Now, the way I'm doing this currently, I'm putting none of my normal income into this. I'm just reinvesting my dividends. And again, if I get a spare half an hour or so, I'll do a few how can we say, surveys as such, have that paid into my bank account, which I'll then transfer over. Right, going over to the dividend tracker, div tracker, which I find is a very good tool for a free tool. It's not the most accurate in the world, I'll grant that. As you can see there, the yield amount is slightly down. Beginning of this month, that was showing us around about £50 per calendar month. It's now down to 48. And again, there have been quite a few companies cutting recently. So we can see here with regards to this month, most of these I've already received, and again we'll go over to the latter part of the month where I'm expecting in quite some more with regards to the better payers. For instance, a payment from ARR and STIP. But as I say, there are many and varied ones in there. It's always nice to see dividends coming in, but a lot of these companies are on the volatile side. So as I say, they cannot be depended for the future. There's something to say for investing in dividend kings and aristocrats, that you can depend on your payment, but you have to invest so much to get the money to come through. However, that is the price you pay for stability. But yeah, okay, into December, you can see the payments there with regards to what I'm expecting in. I don't believe it will be that amount. I believe the way things are currently going, there may well be some more cuts. However, if it's around that mark, I'll be quite happy. That's not a bad yield. For someone that's just shy of a £7,000 investment, I believe that's not too bad at all. Right, yeah, quite a few ETFs in there that I've added over time. Some better than others with regards to performance, but as I say, I do quite like ETFs. As I say, they have their own particular worth with regards to stability. But yes, there we are. As I say, with regards to this, there are quite a few. This is the particular stock I was given in replace of PMLP, I believe it's called. It seems to be quite a stable stock. Again, the dividends I believe are around about 98 pence per quarter. I'm not going to add to that until I'm sure it's going to settle itself down. But by and large, I'm not unhappy with the exchange that I had with regards to that. They actually bought out the other, or how can we say, um, took over the previous ETF fund. Right, there we are. As I say, in particular regard to that, Global X Super Dividend, as I say, the share price is currently down, so it's good to load up if you wish. As you can see there, the amount is very much variable with regards to the market conditions currently. However, it is nice to receive a sizable dividend payment in, so I can do other things with that. As you may notice, I have no European stocks in my portfolio whatsoever. That is due to the withholding tax, specifically countries like Germany. I believe it's 26% for someone that's outside of their borders to pay with regards to the withholding tax. I believe that's not much fun. So I only invest in primarily UK, but again with about 17 to 18 US stocks there with regards to that. So there we are. Now that's the overall yearly total. It is down from £600, but again that can change at the drop of a hat. The dividend yield is not too bad. And again, I do run the risk of things changing very much so. It's extremely volatile with regards to what you're seeing there in my portfolio. As I said previously, this is not for the faint-hearted. This money, yes, I would be devastated if I lost it. But again, that's the price you pay when you take chances with regards to high yield dividend funds. They can be extremely volatile, as I'm sure we're all aware. But yeah, as I say, that Hurricane one there, that, as I say, has netted me something in a non-tradable item, which is in my investment fund, which we all have to take out if we load things up and you want to receive the percentage rake off from trading 212. And again, that's just sitting in there. I'm unsure what to do with it. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm happy to have received that recently. But what I'm going to do with it remains to be seen. Okay, and there we are going through it. The amount on the right hand side is the projected amounts I should be receiving per annum. Particular stock that I hold. A lot of them are very low yielding due to the amount that I've got invested. I'm happy with that. Again, effectively the lower ones, you could say I'm monitoring them. If they do well, then as I say, I will add more to them. But I'm happy as it is. They are all, barring one or two that have recently been cut, dividend payers, and I get payments in quite often. As I say, and that's the way that you want it. Even a few pence a day keeps the old dopamine levels raised. But yeah, as I say, it's not the way I operate my particular account is not scientific. I'm the first one to admit that. As I say, I do the most basic due diligence with regards to the stocks, but as I say, that's the way. And to end this particular video, there will be extra points given if you can identify the town that I'm showing here. And incidentally, I don't live in that town. Thank you very much.